Mike, it is such an honor to celebrate your work on Frankenstein, to be here tonight with Guillermo. Yeah, and look at you in Frankenstein green.
Yeah. I know there's a new Frankenstein in town, but I thought I'd homage the original. Yeah.
I love it. What was it like for you? You gave such a beautiful speech out there. You've been a Frankenstein head for the longest time. But what was it like for you to finally bring this character to life?
You know, it's hard to put into words. Guillermo had mentioned a lot of time that eventually his dream job was Frankenstein. So when I finally got that call, which Guillermo said he wouldn't do without me, it was the most flattering thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And you know what? I still not got off that cloud nine yet. We just made the movie Frankenstein, a modern version of the classic book, and I'm a part of it, and it's still surreal.
The thing that I love about your work is that he is a creature that we all fall in love with. His emotion, and so much of that is because of your work, but also the vision that you had as a young boy, and the sketch that you had, that you did. I was there when you put that up. But what was it like for you to see Mike bring that vision to life through his work?
Well, is the marriage made in heaven, because we are both very shorthand communication, and I trust him 100%, well 90%. And then the other 10% is the 10% that he doesn't trust me. So we can argue in a beautiful, very shorthand way, and it's not what we wanted to do is not a concept. We wanted to do a character. We wanted to help the actor bring him to life. And if you have that, then it's amazing. And for me, the key was when Jacob walked into the blind man's cabin for the first time, and all I could do, I saw him, I hugged him. I saw the character I saw when I was 11 or 7 on a Sunday. I saw my own moment of that character walking in, and I grabbed his hand and I did this on my head. And that's where the gesture in the movie came from. Because I felt the monster was there to say I was his friend. Yeah. That's the highest compliment you can pay emotionally.
What is it like for you, putting the prosthetics together? Like, how nervous are you when you're like, oh my God, I've got to deliver Guillermo's vision, and, when you're presenting it to him for the first time?
I only get nervous for what Guillermo says. I'm trying to make sure that we're on the same level with Guillermo. So as long as Guillermo's happy, I know everybody else will be happy because I know what his vision is. And I like to say that this particular creature we did for this movie couldn't work in anybody else's movie. It's literally designed to be in a Guillermo del Toro movie. And I've got used to that influence so much. I've learned so much from Guillermo because he makes an artist a better artist. And I've learned so much from him. I can get away with things that other people wouldn't accept. You can put blues and pinks and reds on a creature, and Guillermo accepts it because he knows there's beauty in the irregular, in the abstract. And so it was liberating to be able to go ahead and not just do a scary monster and do a character that is a monster only because people perceive him as that. He's just different, that's all. But people hate him for that. And the reason why I think this particular character works so well is Guillermo being the Frankenhead, as you say, since he was a little boy, myself being a Frankenhead, and then having Jacob Elordi, who was willing to be a Frankenhead, so enthusiastically and so patient. I think we couldn't have a better team.
Yeah,
no way.
He didn't want the acting job. He wanted to be that character.
Yes.
And I think Jacob said it is more me than me, which is what we feel about the creature.
Yeah.
So we were 3 people that felt that way about the creature.
Yeah. I like that line that he said, the more me is me, because knowing Jacob, I understand it more than Jacob does. Yeah.
And I agree with him.
He is that soul who...
He is that.
He's that soul, and he has to put on a public persona. We all know that. That's the business he's in. But if you look at the real Jacob Elordi, he's really the creature. I mean, he's the man. He's in full prosthetics, right? He's been in it for a lot of hours. It's exhausting. I'm walking through a dark studio with him. There's a garbage tissue on the floor, and that man, I knew it before he did it, stopped, picks that tissue up, and finds the trash, and then comes trotting back in full makeup after 14 hours work. Incredible.
And the guy is, a true actor understands that makeup doesn't hide, it reveals. Yeah. Like it takes away. Yeah. Inhibition, mask work takes away inhibitions, takes a sense of self away, and lets you be the character.
Incredible. Well, it is such an honor to celebrate your work tonight, Mike. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here too, Guillermo.
Thanks, mate.
Go celebrate.
Cheers, mate.